The director for this year's presentation of the WIZ at Morgan. It's Shirley Basfield Dunlap. Shirley, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, thank you, and yourself.
I am blessed, and I'm glad you made it here safely. How was the morning commute?
Well, it was a bit trying because Northern Parkway as well as 83 was backed up.
Ouch! But you made it.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. Now we're looking forward to the presentation on starting next week, right?
Yes, it has actually has an almost sold out production of students at a matinee on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock in the morning at the Murphy Fine Arts Center in the Gilliam Concert Hall.
Okay, so that'll be the first
Yes.
presentation, and then how many will there be afterwards?
There is the Friday night opening night at 7:30, and we're blessed to have the original Wiz,
The
our
original.
own Baltimore Andre DeShields
Wow.
to be Andre DeShield to be with us, joining us on that day. So that's going to be kind of scary.
Now, is he going to be there or is he going to be in the presentation?
Oh, he's going to be there as a guest.
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
You know, the Wiz opened in Baltimore in 1974 at the Morris Mechanic,
No.
and he was the original Wiz, and so we are very happy to have him. And that's on Friday, the
Wow.
31st, and then we run Saturday, April 1st. We have two shows: a matinee at 2 p.m. and then an evening show at 7:30 p.m. And we close on Sunday, which is April 2nd, with a 3 o'clock matinee.
All right, no April Fool's jokes.
No, 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 no.
Now, look, when we come back, I want you to share with us about the experience of putting the production together, okay?
Okay.
All right, because last time I was over at Morgan, I was for the Anthony Brown concert,
Yes.
which was the kickoff of the sesquicentennial celebration.
Exactly.
Did I say it right?
You did. Sesquicentennial.
Hallelujah. You don't know how I struggle with that
Or
word.
150th, whichever comes out your mouth first.
You know that's right. Yeah, but that was the kickoff to the
Yes,
celebration,
yes.
wasn't it?
Anthony Brown is an alumnus of Morgan. I'm proud to have worked with him.
Yeah.
I asked when we were doing Black Nativity, I asked Anthony to be the music director for it years ago
Wow.
when he was just a young pup.
And look at him now.
I know. I'm
You-
so proud of him.
And this weekend he's going to be actually hosting the Stellars, the taping.
Yes.
He and Erica Campbell going to be hosting together.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I am just so proud of him.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, tell me, why did you take on the task of directing The Wiz?
Because I'm crazy and direct. So we ended that. Do anything else?
Yeah.
No, I'm a 1974 Morgan alumnus, and so when asked to do the Wiz, and what's very interesting, and it's all God in God's plan. I've been asked to direct the Wiz for many years, and Melvin Miles, who is the music director and also a Morgan alumnus, we just said no, 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 no. But then when it became the sesquicentennial, and it was all about I wish I were home, and it was all about coming home, and it was all about coming home to Morgan State University, I said yes, and that's why we're doing it. And also, it was about looking at the Wiz differently than what most people look at the Wiz. It's not an easy task to look at this piece without understanding what the Wiz is actually spiritually about.
So,
And-
so give us a little insight on what it is spiritually about.
Well, when I approached our team, I said, "Look, this is a journey that not only Dorothy, but we all have to take because we're told so many times by people that we can't do this, we don't know how to do this." And Dorothy had to have that tornado to help her to realize she had the courage, the mindset, the intelligence, the brain, the heart to do whatever God gave her to do, whatever God planted in her. There's so many times, even as young young people are told, don't do this, do this. No, you can't do this. Nobody's ever heard of anybody doing that.
Uh-huh.
And many times they were told to some of the most important and famous people in this world that just decided to not listen
Right.
and move forward.
Not listen to the pundits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so Dorothy goes through this tornado just like we all do to just kind of get you
So
to
there's that
understand.
symbolism. Yes.
Yes,
You
and
know.
so that's how I presented it. That's how we look at this, and how all of those people had to come into her life. Even Ada Pearl, who Glenda says, Ada Pearl, you could have told her that she, that she was home. She doesn't need to worry about how to get home. And Ada Pearl said, no, you know, if I did this, I'd put a lot of people out of business. She needed to learn that she has to go through this journey that she has picked up with the scarecrow, who wants a brain, the tin man who wants a heart, and the lion who wants courage. She had to understand and they had to understand, all of us had to understand, it is in us. It is in us.
So it sounds like you took some creative liberty.
I did, in a way, only in how I explained to the cast that this is not just a song. This is a testimony.
That's good. Okay. So we've got these performances coming. You see, I'm doing this and doing that. We do several. You know, we multitask
Yes.
around here. You know,
Yes.
we have no choice but to multitask. It won't get done.
Mm-hmm.
So for the person that comes, what is the prevailing message of encouragement that you would like for them to leave being imparted with?
Yes. I hope that, and I pray that each member of the audience leaves out thinking that that thing that they've been putting on the side, that new job that they really would like to do but are afraid to do, that they just step out the box. They just they just embrace their own tornado and they go out and do it. There's so many of us that feel they can't make a move without somebody else co-signing. That they just go on and have the courage to do what it is that's been in the back of their mind, that's been in their heart all the time. I'm hoping that everybody goes out and just not just step out the box, but create their own box.
You know that in essence becomes the definition of an achiever.
Yes, yes, yes. And so many of us have been told, and I'm not going to say that it's because they don't have their own strength. I'm just going to say that after a while, you just get beaten down so much by other
That's
people's
good.
drama
That's good. That's
that
good.
that you can't even identify your own self.
And sometimes you can even find yourself in a situation where the surrounding circumstance that you are dealing with does not encourage or promote the possibility that you can achieve.
Exactly.
And there then becomes a prevailing sense of complacency that kicks in. It's almost like, well, there is an old African proverb. I never forgot. Ironically, an African shared it with me. That's why it's an African proverb. But he said, you can take a group of mosquitoes and you can put them in a container and you can put a lid over the container and the mosquitoes will visibly be seen trying to go beyond the lid.
Yeah.
But after a period of time, you can take the lid off and they will only go as far as where they expect to meet resistance.
Yes, exactly. Now, I heard that proverb when it pertained to an elephant that was chained to a stake.
Same idea.
Same idea.
Right.
And never, once the chain was off, the elephant never went any further than the distance that the chain allowed the elephant to go when it had the chain on. And that's the challenge that I am hoping will be that audience members will overcome when they leave here.
That they might realize that every chain that has been set in their way to keep them from being able to accomplish and achieve can be broken.
Exactly, and that they will encourage others to do the same. Parents will encourage their children. Teachers, faculty, professors will encourage their students mentors, people on the street, people that's behind a counter will encourage people, and they will be encouraged too. 25 years of doing something the same thing over and over again. No, it's time for a tornado in your life.
And it's time to break every chain.
Yes.
Heaven 600 is.
I see our guest is here, and I know she's got a busy schedule. You're coming down the wire now. So let's see. You got a lot of stuff that's on tap that has to be done in preparation for the presentation, right?
Yes, we do have a lot of stuff, and it's interesting because we are on spring break this week. So all it seems to do is make one not have to stop to go to class and teach. So we have a full day of work. And it's really very nice. The Morgan students are on spring break, and many of them are with the choir, so they're on tour. But I've been working with the younger people. The Singing Sensations, which is a youth group here in Baltimore. I always make sure to have them in the musicals, and so I'm able to visit with them and do some of the things. They are Munchkins, they are Winkies, and
they're fantastic.
Yeah, I'm always wanting to put our young people in this, and then they get a chance to be able to say that they're on this stage, and they were at Morgan, and
I was in the WIZ.
Yeah, and then that they are actually going to be our future students at Morgan. We want that support from them, and the Morgan students are very wonderful about embracing them and the dog. We have a real dog. We're hoping that she acts right. We keep training her.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say that the thing that's really wonderful about this is bringing people home, bringing our alumni back to Morgan. This is a really big deal, and a lot of times people, I know that, like you said, the WIZ has been here for many times, but it is not going to be. It's a spectacular piece. I do want to say that it's a spectacular piece, and we have taken.
And you got all the colorful ambiance.
Yeah, it is going to be just simply spectacular for kids, for young kids, for older kids, older kids like 80, 90-year-old kids, everybody that's young at heart. And we're hoping that churches will be able to take advantage of group ticket sales. I know our church got a block of group ticket sales because there are group prices. When you call the box office, you can get group prices.
Group sales prices.
Yeah, for 20 or more.
Here's what I hear in my spirit, that, this is a wonderful opportunity, not only this presentation, but also future presentations for partnerships with the faith community, with churches to bring together not only theater, but also theology.
Oh, yes. And I'm a believer in that, and there's always the way that all of this becomes very connected, and that is just what's wonderful. We have I can honestly say, when we were at what I call at the table, we do work at the table before we even start working on the stage.
Okay.
We had so many testimonies. We had so many tears. We had so many, and from the WIZ, the WIZ, we had so many people that went through some really, really important changes in their life just by conversation and understanding of their role at the WIZ. It was like church just in rehearsal.
That's good. I can see that. I can see that, and I see a glorious opportunity, like I said, for the faith community as well as the theatrical efforts of Morgan to come together and really have a meaningful impact as far as not only accenting spiritual truths, but also developing a greater appreciation for theater.
Oh, yes. And I really feel that theater is the one way. I'm a believer in theater being the one way to touch people's lives. We can talk, but when you see someone on that stage that you're able to say, that's me, or that's my circumstance, that is a cathartic feeling that is none like anything else.
I agree. I get it.
Yes.
I get it. So listen, we want folks to get tickets to come on out and support and enjoy the WIZ
Yes.
again. First, well, the students' performances
It's
are
Thursday, but Friday, March 31st through Sunday. It's only one weekend, so people cannot wait to the last minute.
Right.
Friday, March 31st at 7:30. Saturday, April 1st at 2 and 7:30. And Sunday is the last show at 3 p.m. And they can get tickets at the Murphy Fine Arts Center box office, which is at 2201 Argonne Drive. The ticket box office number is 443-885-4440. That's 443-885-4440. And those of you out there who are internet savvy, I know you've been having some internet issues today, but internet savvy, you can actually go to murphyfineartscenter.org and you can see all of the information about the ticket breakdown. But I really, really encourage everyone to bring family, friends, bring your enemies.
Yeah,
You know,
and everybody.
yeah, and because it is a show that you will leave out of there renewed.
That's good. That's good. Well, listen, let me just say, on behalf of those of us who have the opportunity to be the recipient of your efforts, thank you for what you do, Shirley. Thank you for your commitment. As you were talking about the relationship of the performance with young people, I saw a glimmer.
I love it.
I can tell. I can tell that your passion, that flame started burning. I can see it. I can sense it, and you're actually doing something that you have a heart for, and there's no greater joy.
Yeah.
There's no greater joy. I guess that's the definition of purpose.
Yes, and that is my purpose in life.
That's good.
And actually, theater is my pulpit.
Wow. Purpose and pulpit. You go ahead. Now preach. Listen, thank you for stopping by. We really appreciate you. And we look forward to the performances next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Morgan State University at the Murphy Fine Arts Center.